What? Sorry, 2 seconds. I have to check. Am I okay? Oh my God, my brain. Broken. Yeah, so last time we created Elizabeth. Lovely. And we have just we've become a God, my voice is not working, huh? We've become a Spectre. We've got the Normandy as our ship.
Something you need?
Saren is a big dumb idiot.
How well do you know the lieutenant?
I've never worked with him. Tends to keep to himself.
I've already asked you
Maybe
all these
because I should
things,
go.
haven't I?
Goodbye, Commander.
I was just checking if I had more information. We got our crew together, mostly. We're just missing one bluest bitch in the galaxy. But yeah, aside from that, we are all good. This is my quarters now. So, suck it, losers. Sleeper pod, yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna blast away. I'm gonna chat to my crew, then we're gonna go grab Liara. And then nip away. Hey, handsome, how you doing?
Anything you need, Commander?
Personal
Just trying to get
input.
a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
Yeah, Presley was pretty pissed off that...
Personal debriefings later.
Okay.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I don't see how we could have done things any better. At least not without getting to Eden Prime sooner. And we were
Yeah.
on the scene faster than any other Alliance ship could have been.
That's true, by accident as well, which seems crazy. Well, no, not by accident. But kind of by accident. We know what I'm talking about. We were there for the beacon. In hindsight, it's kind of crazy that we didn't have other people there. Hello,
Hey,
my friend.
Looking for some extra supplies before you head out?
Sure am.
Whatever you want. Armor, weapons, mods. It's not standard Alliance issue.
That's
well,
cool.
As long as you don't mind paying for it.
Why should I
Ah, how dare
the
you.
licenses alone have set me back more than I'd like.
I bought some licenses.
No goods. Without the goods.
I bought some licenses.
Why do you need
We're all good, pal. We're all
Manufacturers
good.
sell licenses. Each license allows me to buy and sell a certain brand of products. I already have several basic ones, but you'll need to buy more if you want me to bring in different brands.
No stress.
Many of the best licenses are hard to get, but they're well worth the cost if you can find them.
Okay.
Different manufacturers.
There are too many for me to keep track of, but each
Okay.
license will explain what it's
Do you have any new items?
How often will you get new items?
Well, that depends on how many, and anytime. Check back often. I
Okay,
need to move
so
items, see
every
what you got.
mission
You bet,
probably.
Commander.
Show me, my guy. I did spend a lot of my money. That would be better. Well, no, yeah, no, it's better in every way. Dang it. Alright, I think I'm good. Garrus?
Thanks for bringing me on board, Commander. I knew
More than
working
happy
with a
to.
Spectre would be better than life at CSEC.
You knew? You worked with a Spectre before? Do I have to kill you?
Well, no,
I'm just kidding.
But I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free
Yeah.
to handle things your way. But
Damn
CSEC
right.
are buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
True.
Being a Spectre does have its advantages.
Exactly my point. If
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it.
Quite right.
But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
That's why?
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things.
There's more to it than that.
Right.
It did start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. CSEC's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
I get that. It's
I
tough.
hope you made the right choice. I'd hate for you to regret it later.
Well, that's sort of why I teamed up with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a chance for me to get off the Citadel, see how things are done outside CSEC.
And then maybe go back later.
I plan to make the most of this.
Damn right you do.
And without CSEC headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
Sounds good to
As
me.
long as you do your job well, you're free to go about your business as you see fit.
Thank you, Commander.
My pleasure. Hey, baddest bitch in the galaxy. How you doing?
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Kinda wish you'd got there sooner, Commander.
Yeah, I get that.
No offense, I appreciate the rescue. I just wish...
You wish we'd been able to save the rest of your unit.
Been there.
If I
Been
had
there.
been more alert, we wouldn't have been cut down by an ambush.
Don't be silly.
Ambushers. They don't move, they don't make noise, they don't even breathe.
They have flashlight heads, ma'am.
That
I'll
is
make sure
true.
It doesn't happen again.
Good.
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
I'm sorry, Commander. I need to get my duty squared away.
I am in charge. That was an order. Be my friend.
Ma'am?
How dare you? Rex?
Nice ship you've got, Shepard.
Thanks. You want it?
What can I do for you?
Talk to me.
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story.
Okay.
Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
Come
Quarians lived for
on.
centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
Yeah,
I
that
heard
sucks.
about that. You know, they almost did the same to us.
It's not the same.
How
It
not?
seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth? I
No.
suppose it's destroying your entire species?
Nope.
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
I was just
Fair
making
enough.
conversation. I wasn't trying to upset you.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard.
Educate me
As for
then.
the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago. The
Sorry to hear that,
genophage
pal.
infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
What is?
People really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
That's the Terminus system, right?
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds.
Right.
We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves
You
out.
do kind of need a new planet, though, Rex.
Most of us never go back.
Okay.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it.
Okay.
All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far.
Gotcha.
Every Krogan is infected. Every one. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
Why
did
not?
the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist?
You'd be surprised, Rex. There's a few.
Find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits. They'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
Fair enough.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Rex. Hello.
Hey, Commander.
Hi.
You know that Quarian Tally? She's
Yes.
been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
You all
I'll
good?
tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do.
Hell
She's got a
do.
real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
Yeah, she's
I
great.
figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You got an eye for Tally, Commander. But I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
No, I want to
I
ask
wanna know more
you,
about the Normandy.
since
She's
it's
the
mine
best ship
now.
I've ever served on. Probably
Okay.
the fastest vessel ever designed. She's the only one using the new Tantalus drive core.
What's so special about the
That's the
Tantalus
one the
drive core?
Turians and humans
Proportionally,
made,
it's about
right?
twice the size of any other vessel. Not only are we faster, we can run at FTL speeds longer before we have to discharge the core.
Nice.
I want to know more about
No,
Best ship
no,
I've
no,
ever
no,
seen.
ignore me. I asked
Probably
twice.
the fastest vessel ever designed.
Fill me in on the IES stealth system. How does it work exactly?
You can't hide a ship out in space. They emit too much heat and radiation. Too easy for
Okay.
sensors to pick them up. unless you find a way to capture those emissions.
That's
So our
what we've
stealth
done.
Systems trap the energy we give off in storage sinks built into the ship itself. No emissions to give away our location. Eventually,
Right.
the sinks have to be vented. More than a few hours silent running, and they overheat. Cook us inside our own hull.
There's
Okay.
no way for anyone to detect us?
A visual scan can still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day.
Right.
You have to be pretty close to get an actual visual out in space. Most vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see us. Not unless we accelerate to FTL speeds.
And
Why
we
doesn't it
can't
work
hide
faster
that.
than light travel?
Cranking up to FTL blue shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks. As soon
Makes
as we
sense.
make the jump, it's like setting off a flare. Sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight, but for short-range missions, our stealth systems are amazing, and we've got the only one.
Very
What else have you
nice.
observed, Adams?
If you name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates like the Normandy.
Very
My last
nice.
assignment was on the Tokyo, only a cruiser, but she was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy, though.
Nope, my
Carry on,
ship is the
Adams.
best.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Tally
Ship's
Zora.
amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to
That's what
understand
we
why
do.
the humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
Yeah, there are not.
Cutting edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla.
Damn.
Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space.
Probably the
I
most.
have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
You're
No
welcome.
idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this.
No.
We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment.
Mm-hmm.
We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
I can't believe
Damn.
you're still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
You can't buy new ones?
Constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly.
Mostly.
We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla. Grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel.
You didn't think to just get a new
But
planet?
some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
Tell me
Okay.
about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet.
Do you not think that
There are
sounds horrible?
17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
Like
What
what?
kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their
Right, but that'll half you every
Of
generation.
course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed.
Right.
In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage
Wouldn't you
multiple
want to have
births.
two?
Though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
Who's the
That's your
Conclave?
government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On
Okay.
matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law.
Oh, boo, martial law.
Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
So
Democratic.
the ultimate power rests with elected officials?
In practice, the
Right.
Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5
Okay.
top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These
The
5 have
admirals.
the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency.
But they
To
don't.
do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once.
Oh, I
After
see.
that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a
Interesting.
safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty
Stops them from
has
going
only overruled
power
conflict
mad.
4 times.
Okay.
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, we leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity among the fleet.
Makes sense.
But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us. We only return once we have found something of value we can bring back to the fleet.
This sounds horrid.
Presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
Can a captain choose
Do
to
they
reject
have
the
to?
gift?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. It increases their own standing in our society.
Okay.
Even when the gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift.
So saving the galaxy would be a pretty good gift.
Impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
Okay.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
The
I
Geth.
want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile.
Humor me.
All I know is the story of their origins. What they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
Tell me.
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI.
Right.
Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
You had to
That didn't work out.
Face.
The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them.
Until you couldn't.
But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. A million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
What do you
So
mean?
the Geth share brain power?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in a group, the smarter they are.
Like a
So
hive
there's some sort of
mind.
group consciousness.
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input.
Okay.
Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious. But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original or independent thought.
Fair enough, I definitely understand and I'm not confused at all.
More and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
I would think so.
It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
What do you think it would
I
happen?
think they just let you destroy them without a fight, did you?
The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody.
I bet.
Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the Veil. Now we drift through space, exile, searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
That's
Sorry, I feel
toughy.
sorry for you. Your ancestors tried to wipe out another species.
We made a mistake when we created the Geth in the first place. But we did not make a mistake when we went to war against them. If we had not acted, they would have wiped us out.
You're sure?
They're a synthetic life form. They have no use for organics. None. Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy?
Because you tried to kill them?
Every organic being who's ever tried to contact them.
No, Saren.
They didn't kill Saren.
What does that tell you? The Geth are not innocent victims in all this. They're the enemy. They want to destroy us. Not just the Quarians. All organic life.
I think you're citing propaganda there.
And that's why we have to stop him.
I agree. We will stop him, but
I should go.
try to think objectively. There's a lot of people on this ship that hate Turians. Think about that. Alright. There's my lift. Alright, everyone suit up. We got shit to do. Alright. Now I believe we surveyed this region, and then we're gonna land here. Let's roll. Okay, I want Garrus and Ash, sorry. There you go, let's go.